Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have more Trump regrets to share and Trump voters entering the find out phase of their journey. So, first up is the dumbest Fox host. And I have to say, that is a very high bar, right? To be the dumbest on Fox, that's a big honor. Anyway, the dumbest Fox host was lamenting the fact that his sister's employer just lost funding because of his president. So take a look at this.
I just saw some news that Trump took some grants away from Johns Hopkins, where my sister works, and now my mom's upset. She's texting me. It's going to be a whole family thing. So we'll have to deal with that over the weekend.
So this is the second time, you might recall, in less than 2 months now, that Jesse Waters has admitted his vote has harmed someone close to him. So hopefully he's proud of himself. And then other people voted for their own harm as well. And some still don't regret it at all. So, like this next man, there was a news outlet that interviewed some government employees. These were people who were part of the Doge purge. And an attorney for the agricultural department stated in part, quote, "I cannot reconcile how blind fire terminations impacting that kind of oversight work can further the overall goals of the administration." Yet, he told the news outlet he does not regret he voted for Trump. And he said he wouldn't be dropping his affiliation with the Republican Party. So, obviously, what we have here is still some people who it's not painful enough for them. It's just not, it hasn't reached a level yet where it's painful enough to them personally, or they're just too proud to admit that they made a mistake. Could have sworn I saw something in the Bible about pride. I don't know. Anyway, this next fired government employee does feel regret. His name is Jared Blockus. He is an Army veteran. He went to work at the Veterans Administration, and he was just nearing his 1 year mark. So the end of his 1 year probationary period when he got fired. And the Washington Post wrote, quote, "For Blockus, the termination stung even more because he voted for Trump in the 2024 presidential election. Despite being a registered Democrat, he said he made the choice based on the economy. It was a vote he immediately regretted the night of the email." And then they quoted Blockus as saying, quote, "If they had been more clear in the campaign about what they wanted to do, I'm not sure he would have the same amount of votes that he did." Oh, these people. We tried to tell you. We tried to tell you about Project 2025, where it was spelled out in black and white. You all chose to believe Trump's lies instead. I just don't even know anymore. I mean, they said in Project 2025, they were going to gut the federal workforce. That was the whole plan. Oh my God. And then, Trump supporters should have known also about his tariff plans. But some people seem to be completely caught off guard, and now they're really unhappy with what they voted for. So this next comment was found under a Fox News article. This was on Fox's website. It says, quote, "We're already in a recession. The stock market has dropped 2,000 points in the first month of Trump's presidency. Prices continue to go up. The job market is collapsing in on itself. Bad times ahead, folks. I voted for Trump and I am a Trump supporter, but what he's doing right now is the wrong time to do it. He really should have waited until our economy was in better shape before he started all of this tariff stuff." Yeah, because that would have worked. These people don't get how tariffs work. I swear they still, to this day, do not understand. No, you want to do the tariff thing? That's fine. You have to build up industry here first. You have to build factories. You have to have supply chains available here in the US and companies selling those supplies. Otherwise, the tariffs don't work by and large. I mean, maybe, targeted tariffs, but not across the board tariffs. They don't get it. They don't get the purpose of them. So they don't understand what you have to do, which is basically what Biden was working on, right? With the Build Back Better thing, which is a stupid name, but good concept of, building up our industry here. Anyway, another person also commented under that Fox article, and they wrote, quote, everyone economist and business person I have read or spoken to, every one of them has commented how bad any tariffs will be, and they will hurt Americans even more than Canadians. So why is he doing this? The poorest among us will be hurt the most. Have you seen a MAGA rally? No disrespect intended, but most of them do not exactly look like wealthy people. He is hurting his own voters and he acts like he doesn't care. Something doesn't feel right. So, sounds like the prelude to yet another crazy MAGA conspiracy theory. I mean, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Oh, he's been replaced. It's a body double. They're going to come up with some crazy excuse like that for why Trump is destroying the economy. So he's been abducted by the deep state. Anyway, in the meantime, a Trump voter posted this on Twitter on February 3rd, quote, at real Donald Trump, I'm getting pissed. Food and other goods will go up with congestion pricing, and now with these tariffs, 3 exclamation points. Who the heck can afford this? I'm starting to regret my vote. It's too expensive to live. Just starting. They're just starting. That was over a month ago, so maybe they're full blown regretting it now. they're bathing in regret at this point. Let's hope. Anyway, the next Trump supporter mocked someone online back in June of 2023 over their support of Biden. So this is how it started for him. He tweeted, quote, no, you're an idiot. How's Biden working out for you? Shaking my head. So again, that's how it started for him. Here's how it's ending. On March 2nd, earlier this month, he posted, quote, as a conservative that voted for you, I must say this is an unbelievably awful decision. Prices are going to soar. Businesses and countries don't pay tariffs. They're passed on to the consumer. Every day you keep fucking up and making me regret voting for you. Yeah. How's Trump working out for you? Anyway, I also have more regrets and condemnation to share about the Russia-Ukraine war and Trump's stance on that war. So on February 21st, a man tagged Donald Trump Jr. on Twitter, and he wrote, quote, I voted for Trump myself, but just disgusted by these lies. Ukraine winning, in a sense, they were able to stop Russian army and therefore survived in entire country destructions. Your love for Putin's dictatorship is just evil. No words can describe my regret voting for this. And then they put in, like a money sign, ampersand, at sign. I think they were going for the word shit, but trying to censor themselves. So anyway, over on Reddit, someone shared an article about how Trump was blaming Ukraine, and that, they started the war with Russia, according to him. And some of the conservatives over there were also not happy. So one of them said, quote, I cannot understand what Trump is doing here. His flirting with Russia needs to end. I think most conservatives agree that this is where we draw the line. We support our allies, NATO. We don't throw them under the bus. I mean, he kind of has done that forever. did that in his first term. And then they went on to say that, other NATO members do need to pay more, but this isn't being handled correctly. And that most conservatives would likely agree, except for MAGAs. So they must be more of like a traditional Ronald Reagan conservative. And then another person in the same group replied to the comment with, quote, "We are way past flirting at this point. He is actively fulfilling Russia's foreign policy objectives. The liberal talking point of Trump is owned by Russia has always been nonsensical." Really? That said, it's clear Trump would rather align the US with authoritarians than with the democratic world. What does that say about how Trump sees himself and the United States? What do you think it says? And no, the libs were not overstating it, or it wasn't a far-fetched idea that he is owned by Russia. I mean, take a look at the evidence, circumstantial at this point, but there's a reason why none of his people wanted to testify. None of them wanted to voluntarily, willingly speak with Mueller. I mean, nothing has been proven, but when you can't get witnesses to speak, it's kind of hard to prove things. So my money is still on something there. Don't know what it is. I'm not willing to at this point go full Russiagate, but something's up. And also with the Saudis, that's even worse. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I will have more Trump regrets for you later this week. I've got a ton coming in and saved to share with you. So stay tuned. Thank you again. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you possibly can. Love you guys. Take care. Talk with you soon.